Welcome back to the Traffic Hackers. I'm Brent. Got Glenn here with me. We're pumped to be with you all. And you know what? We're going to talk about something pretty interesting today. This is a free tactic on how you can grow your followers. And I mean, you can do this across different platforms, but we're going to talk about specifically just how you can at speed go and grow with not only just cold leads, but qualified leads. Because I think that so many people try to get leads in general, which you should. But if you don't get qualified leads, you're going to spend way more time on the front end trying to weed through people. And Glenn's got some gold here that he's going to, serve you on a, I was going to say a silver platter, but I don't know. That just, I'm having a problem with this, he's going to serve you his laptop. Awesome. Hey,
on a silver keyboard.
I'm excited. Glenn, take it away. Oh, your keyboard. Take it away, man. Why don't we give people something of value here and go from there?
Welcome to the Traffic Hackers Podcast, the crossroads of lead generation expertise and business growth savvy. Here we explore the expansive landscape of demand generation, guided by your hosts, Brent Stone and Glenn Martin. So get your laptop out and your cell phone ready. It's time to enter the world of the Traffic Hackers.
You bet. Guys, I'm excited because we're back with some more LinkedIn magic, and I'm super pumped about it because in reality, it's not magic at all, and it's there for everybody. So we've been going through a lot of different tactics and searches and how you can do this because, man, I say it all the time. We haven't really even got to messaging and things like that, but if your search is poor inside LinkedIn, your messaging will also be poor because you're talking typically to broken audiences and you don't know what you're doing. So this one is about finding people that are connections of or followers of your competition or people that you can serve their audience. So it could either be competition or it could be collaborators, if you will. So maybe you worked with, let's say you worked with someone like Kevin Harrington or, pick your favorite guy, right? It could be the People's Shark or whoever. You pick someone and you worked with them and you're like, man, I'd really like to find their audience because I could speak directly to them since we worked together or since I was on this person's podcast or whatever. This is where this is really helpful for you because now you can curate a specific message to that individual's audience based on work that you've done or work that you can do either with or together. So again, you're going to open up your LinkedIn because all this stuff happens inside LinkedIn, and you're going to click on the search bar. And now this one, I actually should have checked before we did this podcast, but I know it's just very simple on a laptop or a PC. And you should be able to do it on your mobile device as well, but I'm not exactly sure the exact steps. So you're smart. You can figure it out, but you're going to type in your search bar on LinkedIn. So I don't even type anything in. I just click my mouse in there and click enter and it brings up, boom, it just brings up a whole bunch of people inside of LinkedIn. Now on the very right-hand side, you're going to see something that says all filters. And in that all filters, there's a lot that you can start to build out. I mean, it's going to say first, second, and third degree connections where you can start to first degree. Well, we'll talk about that in another episode of what that really looks like and what that means. But, then typically it's right below that. It says connections of, and it just has a plus sign. And then below that, it says followers of, and it has a plus sign. That's what we're going to talk about today is those two specific options inside your filter, right? And this is what's beautiful. So let's say that Brent and I are, for whatever reason, competition, or we've collaborated on something, which technically we have, but, let's say that we didn't work together, but I was like, man, Brent's audience is perfect for this offer that I have. And maybe I've even talked to him about it. He's like, dude, rock and roll. It's free game. I don't care. You have to be connected with the person that you want to search against. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Brent and I need to be a first degree connection. We need to be connected already inside the platform so that I can use him in that search. So now I'm going to click the plus sign and I'm going to type Brent Stone and bam, it'll pop up his profile that I'm already connected with. I will add it into the search. And maybe you're like, well, I also want to get people that are connected and people that follow, because depending on which mode you have your LinkedIn set, if it's creator mode, people can follow you and not be connected to you, right? So there's different. So if I want to hit both sides of his audience, then I'm also going to do that for people following, right? So now I've got both sides of his audience. That's going to be the base of my search. Now I can go deeper in that search, and I can, find people in specific areas and locations and, demographics of work that they do, et cetera, et cetera. But they will all be people that are either connected to or following this person. And man, it's beautiful when you know what you offer and how you can offer it to them, right? I mean, if you're a fitness trainer, go ahead, Brent, you
Question
got a
for you.
question.
In your search bar, what
Yes.
do people need to be looking at? So they you said something about like you put a plus sign, the name, like what, like will you clarify that?
So again, go to our YouTube channel, because we're going to have actual breakdowns of us doing this live, because that's going to be helpful for you. But this is actually not inside the search bar. You've only used the search in the beginning to just open up LinkedIn and open up the different search options. So you've typed nothing in your search bar. You just took your cursor, dropped it in, and then clicked enter. And now, boom, it opens up a full search option. Again, go to our YouTube channel. You're going to see this stuff there. But now on the right-hand side, so underneath your search bar, it says people, it says events, it says groups, services, et cetera, et cetera. On the very right-hand side, there's a tab that you click that says all filters, and bam, opens up a full suite of options. And that's where we're talking about here. So very specific place. Again, if you're on mobile, it's probably in there. It's just a little different to find. You probably got a hamburger menu and you go down through and find some stuff like that. So the key things are, make sure you're connected to the person that you want to go after their audience of. Make sure that you know what you're offering to them and why you're doing this. Because it's not just about, well, I'm just angry at this person, I'm going to get all their audience. It's probably not going to yield you the best result. It might be, I was going to say, if you're a fitness trainer and you're like, man, I know this guy trains X, Y, and Z people and he's got a big following, but I'm fairly confident that he's pretty expensive. Maybe you're a little cheaper, or maybe you're more expensive. I don't really care which side you fall on. And you're like, I know I can offer this that he doesn't offer, but he still has like the ideal client that I can service just in a different way. Beautiful. Now you go in there and you know exactly what they're getting if they're working with him. And so you can tailor your messaging then to that, and then add on what you offer outside, right? So very complimentary, and it becomes a beautiful approach to your audience, because now you're specific. And so you're not some generic person out there just kicking tires, hoping to see who might fall into your messaging sequence and have a conversation. So pretty cool.
It's awesome. Yeah, having multiple things in the toolbox when we're going to present our product and service to a client, knowing that, hey, this person out there sells a similar product or service to what we sell, and now we can talk to their audience, but we have a complementary product or service, and then that way it's just simply a no-brainer for the audience. I mean, your close ratio will probably be not like double, but maybe like 4 times more what it would be than if you were just not cold messaging, because you're going to have a really low percentage on that. But just if you're trying to just go out there after, you do like a typical Boolean search and you try to pull stuff in, now you're going after people that have like intent, like their intent, they have intentions to follow somebody doing what you're selling. Like basically you're going after intention, buyer's intention. And it can get even more specific than that when you go after people that have already bought, which that's you're leveraging a whole different data pool, right, which we can talk about on a later episode. But there's all kinds of stuff you can do there. And then that's also really cool, because inside of like, if you go to like programmatic services with like display advertising, you can target that stuff and you can follow people and do different things, which that's a whole nother thing. So we won't talk about that right now. But Glenn, is there anything else that you want to leave people with that, as we wrap up this episode?
Again, like I think just go and do these things that are going to work for you, because we can all listen to a podcast and we're like, dude, this is freaking awesome. And then we never do it. And it's only as awesome as as it is implemented. And that's really what I'll leave you with. And Brent mentioned programmatic, which we will talk about at some point, which we're really good at, by the way. And so stay tuned for some of that stuff too, because you're going to want to learn why that's good. And, just a little plug for, who knows, weeks from now. So
that's awesome. Hey, Glenn, thanks so much. It's awesome. Until next time, we'll see you all later. Thank you for watching the Traffic Hackers.